So here's the vision. We're going to take a hand-me-down sweatshirt that I got from my father-in-law that I don't wear a whole lot because it's kind of plain, but perfect blank canvas. And we're going to use an old flannel shirt that I was actually going to donate because none of the plaid I have is exactly what I want. And we're going to try and recreate this sort of. I might not use this exact word because it kind of limits how long you can wear it since it's merry and it's only merry part of the year. But it's $80. First off, I thought it was a crew neck sweatshirt when I saw it on Pinterest. Thought super cute. Clicked on it and I went, ugh, $80. No way, man. I'm not doing that. So we're gonna take flannel, sweatshirt, and make our own version. I'm gonna do a different word. Haven't figured out exactly what yet, but I'm gonna use my Cricut. And I'm just gonna go onto Canva, type it all up. But basically, I'm going to import it into my Cricut, cut it out that way. If you don't have a Cricut, still super simple. Print it out in your printer, use them as a template, and cut out the letters. So I'm going to use, I'll put it here, this type. It's the free Canva of this print and this thing that makes it kind of arch like that because I just liked how that looked. And I'm going to make my letters 8 inches tall because my very scientific skill of going, yeah, that looks about right. And then comparing that to a tape measure. And I have a bigger Cricut mat, so we're going to use that. It's supposed to be for the fabric. I have not kept it very clean, as you can tell, so I'm going to tape mine down. So basically, I need 8 inches by however wide it's going to be, fabric, get that down on the mat. I'm going to use tape to tape it down, so don't be shocked when you see that. And I'm just going to hit cut, and it's going to cut it out because I have one of the fabric little cutter die tool things. Real specific. So let's just skip ahead to that. Okay, here we are. We've got baby monitor. Basically, I just cut up the sleeve. I've got it all formatted on my Cricut, so I just need to get it secured down, trimmed down so it goes through the machine. So let's do that. We'll see if this works. We already had a little bit of an issue at the start. Fingers crossed. Okay, shockingly, that did actually come out pretty well. Okay, so this is my nickname, and I figured that's fun. It's my childhood nickname from my family, and time to start to pin it down and start sewing. I'm going super slow here because I am still trying to figure it out. There's a lot of curves, and I cannot recommend enough ironing these onto some type of iron-on fusible backing because getting around each little curve was such a pain in the butt with just pins attaching it. Okay, this is where we're stopping because she's awake and she's upset. So we've got it partially sewn on with a zigzag so it doesn't fray. If you're making this, do what I didn't, which was put some iron-on backing. So we'll pick back up tomorrow. So this is where we're at for day 2. I've got the first 2 tacked down. Definitely a little messier on the edges, so we're gonna tack these down and clean this up a bit. Let's go. The S I'm doing last. I would suggest not doing the curviest letter last because yikes, it's a bit of a pain, but we can do it. Just kind of going slow and steady around the curves because you got to curve each side. Here we go. Okay. Okay, here we are. Up close, it looks kind of crappy, not gonna lie. I need to trim all these little threads, and then I might either do another round on the sewing machine or do a thicker hand embroidery, because I have the light really showing all the flaws. That looks much better, but still. I want to really thicken up those edges and make it really pop. But it's really starting to come together. It's pretty cute. So, yay, we're headed in the right direction. Okay, we may regret this. This is a specialty stitch. And I tested it out on some scrap fabric, and I like it better than the zigzag, and I just don't want to do it all by hand, if we're going to be honest. So this is my test. Oh, that's terrible. There we go. So we'll see. We're gonna try it on a straight line first and see if we regret it. It's much more what we're going for. Again, this light, oh, that's too dark. But yeah, the I compared to the M, this is looking much better. I know it looks a little wonky, but it is pretty straight, I promise. So this is what it looks like. I did film me talking, but apparently my microphone wasn't working. So here we go. It's completed. I have it all thick around the edges, and I really like here, I'm kind of pointing out, I did my best to keep the plaid straight, kind of like it did on the example, which I really liked, and it really shows kind of that curve, which is what I liked and was trying so hard to keep straight yet curved looking, if that makes sense. I'm liking this. This turned out pretty good. Hopefully you can hear me. We're in the bathroom. Since I actually turned off the microphone there, I'm basically just explaining that I like it. I like where it hits. I like how it looks. I think you can tell the curve is on purpose. I tend to put things really high or really low on sweatshirts when I do this kind of stuff, so I'm actually really liking it. It's hit right where I want it to. Like how it's cute and not too far apart so it doesn't go into the armpits. But overall, I'm a fan. Okay, so forget the microphone. This is like the 5th time I've done this, but that's okay. I love this. I love how it turned out. It's so cute. I'm gonna wear it so much more than I would have and did before. So I highly recommend making something like this. I love that you can personalize it. You can use whatever fabric you want. I'll probably make myself another one with some different fun fabrics of like keepsakes from Daisy and all that fun stuff, or even from my childhood. Like I'm such a sentimental person, and I just love it because you can customize it any word, any fabric on a fun sweatshirt, a hoodie, whatever. It's a great gift. People love sweatshirts. People love just comfy things like this. And if you make it more personal, it's just, I love that. Because then it's like you're wearing a hug. Like I still have a hoodie that my grandma got for me in college, and I still put it on because she told me, so cute, that whenever I was lonely at school, I should think of the sweatshirt and put it on and think of it as a big hug coming from her from all the way from California to Colorado where I went to school. So I love that idea, that I think of any of these sweatshirts that I'm making for people as a big hug whenever they put it on. So, but number one and absolutely biggest takeaway overall, get yourself some interfacing, some iron-on interfacing, and iron your fabric onto that first, then cut it out. My Cricut ripped this fabric. Luckily, it didn't rip the letters because the fabric was so thin, because it's an older flannel that I loved but doesn't fit. And if you're going to cut it out of paper and then use that as a pattern, again, interfacing, then you only have to cut it out once. And then you can just iron it on. The biggest pain and frustration I was having, my machine was being difficult, but this is a lot of fabric. So trying to keep this all pinned down correctly and maneuver the fabric without maneuvering the letters, like making sure they don't move around and then end up with the S going like that with just a few pins, was such a pain in the butt. This took me 2 nap times. I could have gotten it done in 1 if I would have had it ironed on first. So get yourself some interfacing, some iron-on interfacing, because it will make your life so much easier and you'll use it for other projects, promise. So that is definitely the only thing I can recommend. And even if you're hand embroidering it on, again, so much easier to just have it be on there. I love how it turned out. I did the extra little decorative stitch. You could have just done a double zigzag. Zigzag was not working on my machine. That's why I kind of just changed up my little process there, but it ended up working out just using a different stitch type. I don't know, my machine's being real difficult. I have to fix it. But I hope you try this. And if you do, please tag me. I'll put all my socials below. I like how it turned out. I'm going to make more of them. I just hope I'm inspiring you guys to do something fun. These are super trendy. After I saw this one on Abercrombie, they have a million different sayings, words. They're all over different websites. I saw some on Free People that were similar. It's just fun. And I love the idea. It's such a great gift to yourself or others. And yeah, that's really the whole goal of doing these, is to inspire you guys to make fun stuff. And hopefully you'll subscribe and come back for the next project. I'll be making a lot of stuff coming up to holidays because that's when I really got to bust them out, because I like to make stuff for the holidays for my family and loved ones and friends and stuff. So hopefully get to see you guys back, and hopefully it recorded the volume this time. So fingers crossed. Okay, bye.